50 years after a Jacksonville woman claimed she was sexually assaulted by her sister's husband, she finally is reporting it to police and is seeking justice. 72-year-old Edward James Sunday was arrested last week after police monitored a phone call between him and the woman who filed the complaint. He is now facing charges of capital sexual battery on a child under the age of 12. He posted bond and was released. The woman sat down with Channel 4's Heather Lee, who's joining us now. Heather, did she tell you why she did not say something sooner?
Tom, she thought that it was too late under the Florida statute of limitations, but capital sexual abuse has no time frame for reporting it, and she says that recent counseling helped her speak up as well.
The physical part is the least of it because it just ruins you all the way through, and it'll eat you up.
It's how this woman says she spent the last 50 years of her life living in fear. She says 72-year-old Edward Sunday sexually battered her between the age of 6 and 13. Although it took years for her to get the help she needed, she says counseling was the best thing that happened to her.
When you walk into your counselor's office and you start telling your story and you dissolve on the floor in tears, and then you cry for 2 straight days. It's like having a nervous breakdown, but when you come out the other side of it, you realize just how angry you are and who you're angry at.
According to the arrest report, after the woman reported the allegations to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in December, a controlled phone call was made between the victim and Sunday. Officers monitored the call. On March 3rd, an arrest warrant was issued. The next day, he was arrested. We've made several attempts to contact Sunday, including going to his house, but no one came to the door.
I think it is fair to presume that something was said over that telephone. Whether or not it's enough for Ms. Corey to be able to prosecute and subsequently convict him, that's a different story.
Gene Nichols, a Jacksonville lawyer not affiliated with the case, says the state attorney's office has 3 avenues it could take: file an information document proceeding with the charges, decide if it's a case suited for the grand jury, or throw it out altogether.
A prosecutor's obligation is to determine if they have a case that they have a reasonable probability of conviction. And if they determine that they have a reasonable probability of conviction, then you can fully expect for this case to be fought by the state attorney's office and to attempt to convict him of the charge that he has.
You may lose family members over this. You may lose part of your family. If you do, is it worth having them in your life if their happiness is totally dependent upon your remaining a victim?
Now, I reached out to Sunday's lawyer. His name is Robert Davis. He says, quote, "At this time, Mr. Sunday is denying the allegations that have been alleged. He asked for privacy for his family. We intend to mount a vigorous defense for Mr. Sunday to the court as the case proceeds forward." And his next court date is set for March 26th. We're live tonight. Heather Lee, Channel 4, the local station.